So now we are ready to calculate our variable cost and fixed cost. So in order to do that, we just have to reference to some date, bring in some date from our revenue schedule. And then we can now estimate what the cost is gonna be for these materials, packaging, and transportation under the variable cost, and under the fixed cost, we have labor, utilities, and insurance. So in order to do that, we will just reference to our input section where we have inflation, because we believe costs will grow as a descending rate of inflation. So we will reference to that inflation rate in our input section. So we have it set up there in this case as 3.5 on an average. We have it at 2.5 in 2026 and 2.5% at the end of our forecast. And then we also have the sales volume we calculated a while ago, so we have it set up here for us. So we have it to be that number. We can take it, copy it on ESF, pieces formulas to preserve the formatting in place. And then we have that set up, and we are now ready to calculate the unit per cost. And then later on, we will now simulate whatever the dollar value per cost will be. So in this case, we will walk forward and then we enter to calculate the values going backwards. So that's the same thing we're gonna be doing for the cost. We have these dollar values, so we're gonna walk forward for this fixed cost, and then we will later on calculate the cost per unit. So for the variable cost, we're gonna go forward. So we know that the last period is gonna grow by inflation. So we multiply that by 1 plus our inflation rate. Professor said we for 2 times, so we can copy it down across our ESF. We have it in place. Now we can now also sum the total cost. Copy all the way to the end of the focus. Now we are now ready to estimate the dollar value for the variable cost. So in order to do that, it is just whatever the cost of the materials were. We take the cost and we just multiply it by the volume. And since in this case we want to convert it to million, so we just divide it by 1,000. So it gives us that number there. Now we can now hit F2 to go back to make sure we are referencing that cell 2 times so that we can copy it down and across. I'm always referencing to the sales volume as we go year by year. So we can now on ESF business formulas. So as you can see, we have it set up there. If we go to the last year, we hit F2, we see that it's doing exactly as we want it to be. So we can now auto sum the total value for the fixed cost, for the variable cost. And we have the total variable cost set up there. Now, in order to determine the fixed cost, we know that we had a historic fixed cost for the labor, utilities, and insurance. So we can now inflate each value to grow at that rate of inflation, which is our consumer price index. So we know that it's going to grow at this rate. We reference that cell with F 2 times. can now copy this or ESF. This is formulas. So we have it set up there. Now we can now calculate the total. Fill right with Control R. And then for the fixed cost, in order to calculate this dollar per unit of fixed cost, we will just take whatever the value was for the labor and the utilities and the insurance, and we divide it by the total volume. So we reference the volume with effort 2 times, and then we multiply that by 1,000 to convert it back to, we just converted it back to a million. So we multiply by 1,000 to get the dollar per unit. You cannot paste it all the way to the end of our projected period or the ESF. So we have it set up there for the total fixed cost. Now to account for the total, we can just sum all of this. Fill right with Control R. So having that set up, the next thing we want to do here is to summarize the variable cost. So we take the dollar per unit, the variable, reference that, and the fixed cost in dollar per unit, reference that as well.